Have you ever wondered why certain moments in your life flow effortlessly while others are filled with obstacles? What if I told you that the key to unlocking this harmony lies within you, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself? In this video, we'll explore how your choices, emotions, and thoughts shape your reality, and how understanding these dynamics can lead to extraordinary transformation. Are you ready to become the author of your own story? Before embarking on this transformative journey, why not commit to a path of growth and self-discovery? Subscribe to this channel and like this video so you won't miss any of the key insights that can reshape your reality. Together, let's explore how to unleash your true potential and create the life you deserve. Since the dawn of humanity, we've sought to understand our place in the universe. Questions like, who am I and why am I here, echo throughout our existence. But what if the answers we've been given aren't the whole truth? Imagine for a moment that everything you believe yourself to be, your name, your identity, your memories, is simply a construction, not an absolute truth, but a collection of narratives created throughout your life. John Wheeler, a renowned physicist who collaborated with Einstein, introduced a groundbreaking concept, the participatory universe. He suggested that the act of observing the universe doesn't just reveal it, it also shapes it. Think about that. Every time you interact with the world, you are not just a spectator but a co-creator. What you see and how you interpret it alters the very fabric of reality. Take a moment to reflect. From the day you were born, a story has been written for you. You were given a name, taught to fill specific roles, and bound by rules that define what is normal. But at some point, have you ever wondered, are these limits truly mine? This subtle doubt is a sign that something greater is waiting to be discovered. Wheeler invites us to see beyond the obvious. He argues that time, the constant flow we perceive as linear, is a mental construct. The past, present, and future are actually parts of a single fabric that exists simultaneously. Picture a film reel where each frame is aligned side by side. What we call time is merely the act of projecting these frames in sequence. So where do you fit into this narrative? You are both the film and the projector. Every decision you make, every thought you allow to take root, shapes your experience. You are not merely a character in a pre-written story. You are the author, the director, and the stage on which the story unfolds. But how did we forget this role as creators? Over time, we've accepted the stories imposed on us without questioning them. We've adopted roles and identities that limit us. Wheeler describes this as a kind of forgetting, the author lost in the chapters of the story. Now imagine your life as a river. Each drop of water represents a moment, and the entire river symbolizes your consciousness. You are both the drop and the continuous flow. Just as the river exists because it flows, the universe exists because you observe it. The act of observing brings the world around you to life. What if you could change this narrative? What if you could rewrite what you believe to be true about yourself? Ask yourself this: who am I when I set aside everything I've been told to be? This question doesn't seek an easy answer, but rather an exploration. You are not a small part of something greater. You are the whole, the creator, and the creation. This is an invitation to look within yourself, to question, and to rediscover the power that has always been there. From the moment you were born, your identity has been shaped by the expectations of others. You were given a name, assigned roles, and bound by limits on your actions and thoughts. This is who you are, you were told, and without questioning, you accepted it. But deep down, have you ever felt that something didn't quite fit? As if the rules meant to guide you were, in reality, invisible chains. Think about the stories you've been told. What is good, what is bad, what it means to succeed or be loved. These narratives, as convincing as they may be, are merely constructs. But what happens when you start to question them? When you realize that by accepting these stories, you may have overlooked your true essence? John Wheeler, with his theory of the participatory universe, provides a powerful answer. He proposes that reality is not a fixed entity you merely observe. It is shaped by the very act of observing it. The universe, according to Wheeler, is not a rigid and predictable machine, but a blank canvas where each of us paints our own experience. Consider the image you see in the mirror. You believe you are this body, this physical form that changes over time. But science tells us that the cells in your body are constantly dying and renewing. The body you have today is not the same as the one you had 10 years ago. So, if your body is always changing, how can it define who you are? Imagine a theater stage where the curtain slowly rises, revealing a vibrant and ever-changing scene. You stand at the center, not merely as a spectator, but as the actor, the scriptwriter, and remarkably, the stage itself. This is the essence of the participatory universe as described by John Wheeler. He reminds us that observing reality doesn't just reveal it, it creates it. Think about your daily life. Every choice you make, what you think, feel, or do, shapes the world around you. This might sound abstract, so let's consider a concrete example. When you approach someone with confidence and openness, the interaction unfolds differently than when you're dominated by fear or insecurity. This isn't a coincidence. It's reality, responding to your presence. Wheeler describes the universe as a self-exciting circuit, where the observer is an integral part of the process. In other words, without you, the universe as you know it simply wouldn't exist. This concept upends the traditional view that we are insignificant in the vast cosmos. Instead, we are conductors in a universal symphony, each playing a unique role. Yet over time, we've forgotten this role. We've adopted the belief that life happens to us, as though we are victims of uncontrollable circumstances. This forgetting, fueled by the ego, makes us feel small, separate, and powerless. The ego is like a shadow that obscures our true nature, convincing us that the world is fixed and our actions have little impact. Now imagine the ego as a pair of distorting glasses. They make you believe you are isolated, disconnected from the larger flow of existence. But what if you could remove those glasses? What if you could see reality as it truly is, fluid, alive, and responsive to your choices? Think of a time when you felt fully connected, watching a sunset, listening to soul-stirring music, or sharing a profound moment with someone. In these instances, the illusion of separation dissolves, and you sense, even briefly, that you are part of something greater. This is a glimpse of the participatory universe, a reminder that you are not separate from it, but deeply integrated. Wheeler challenges us to view the world as a reflection of our inner state. When you look around, what do you see? Chaos and limitations? Or beauty and possibilities? What surrounds you is, to a large extent, a manifestation of what is within you. This understanding changes everything. Ask yourself, what kind of reality am I creating right now? Are you crafting a world of abundance, confidence, and purpose, or are you trapped in patterns of fear and doubt? The good news is that you have the power to change this at any moment. Wheeler reminds us that the universe is not a rigid mechanism, but a dynamic flow of possibilities. Every thought, every emotion, every intention you project into the world creates ripples that shape your experience. The ego's role in this process is to distract you, to make you forget that you are the creator. But when you recognize this truth, everything changes. You begin to see that, even in difficult moments, you have the power to transform your story. The narrative you tell about yourself is not fixed. You can rewrite it at any time. The universe, as Wheeler describes it, is a stage awaiting your direction. What will you choose to create? Have you ever thought of someone only for them to call or message you shortly afterward? Or found a solution to a problem just when you were about to give up? These moments, often dismissed as mere coincidences, are far more significant. John Wheeler offers a powerful explanation. These synchronicities are direct manifestations of the universe responding to your consciousness. Imagine the universe as an immense fabric where every thread is interconnected. Every thought, emotion, and action is like a movement that tugs on these threads, creating ripples that spread across the entire fabric. These ripples influence not only your personal reality, but also the flow of events around you. This is what Wheeler called the participatory universe, a living system that actively reacts to your inner states. Consider those days when everything seems perfectly aligned. Opportunities arise, solutions appear, and chance encounters happen at just the right moment. These moments are not random. They reflect an alignment between your thoughts, intentions, and presence in the world. Conversely, when doubt, fear, or frustration dominates, the universe seems to mirror this imbalance, creating obstacles and delays. Wheeler invites us to see synchronicities not as mere signs, but as genuine tools. They act as a feedback system used by the universe to indicate whether you are in harmony with it or not. When you notice a synchronistic event, ask yourself, what was I thinking or feeling at that exact moment? These answers can provide valuable insights into the reality you are creating. Imagine throwing a pebble into a perfectly still lake. The ripples that form extend across the water's surface. Now visualize the lake as reality itself and the pebble as your consciousness. Every thought or emotion you have is like a pebble dropped into this lake, creating waves that influence not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. But what about those times when everything seems to go wrong, when the universe seems uncooperative? These moments, as frustrating as they may be, are also responses. They act as signals, drawing your attention to an inner misalignment. The universe does not punish or reward, it simply reflects. It's like a mirror, showing you exactly what needs adjustment so you can return to a state of flow. Reflect on a recent challenging situation, perhaps a relationship conflict, a professional hurdle, or a moment of profound uncertainty. How did you respond? With fear and resistance, or with curiosity and acceptance? This reaction is crucial because it not only determines the reflection you see, but also the opportunities or barriers that arise. When you begin to perceive these connections, your worldview transforms. The universe ceases to be chaotic and unpredictable and becomes a living, interconnected, and deeply responsive system. Most importantly, you realize that you are not a mere spectator. You are an active participant in this cosmic dance. So how can you cultivate more synchronicities in your life? The answer lies in your intentions. When you act with clarity, gratitude, and purpose, the pebbles you cast into the lake of existence generate ripples that attract experiences aligned with this state. Conversely, when your intentions are clouded by fear or doubt, the ripples create more chaotic patterns. Ask yourself, what ripples am I creating in the universe right now? Reflect on your emotions, thoughts, and beliefs. Are they aligned with the reality you wish to create? If not, what can you change? Synchronicities serve as powerful reminders that you are never separate from the universe. Each moment is an opportunity to align your consciousness with your deepest intentions. The more attention you pay to these synchronicities and respond to them, the more the universe will respond in turn, with increasing precision and flow. Imagine yourself standing at a crossroads, faced with multiple possible directions. Every decision you make is not just about choosing a path. It also creates entirely new pathways that didn't exist before. John Wheeler referred to this concept as it from bit, suggesting that everything in the universe, every aspect of what we perceive as reality, arises from binary choices, yes or no, action or inaction, trust or doubt. At first glance, this concept might seem abstract. But think about the impact of your daily decisions. When you choose to believe in your abilities, a world of possibilities opens up. Conversely, when you give in to fear or doubt, the same doors remain closed. This isn't magic. It's how your consciousness shapes the reality around you. Reflect on a moment in your life when you faced a difficult decision. Perhaps you changed jobs, ended a relationship, or took a leap of faith on an ambitious project. At the time, the uncertainty may have been overwhelming, but looking back, you realize that this decision marked a turning point in your journey. Wheeler reminds us that the reality we experience emerges from these choices, like seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universe. Here's a truth that is often overlooked. We make these choices constantly, often without realizing it. Not just in the big, life-altering moments, but in every thought, belief, and emotion. If you choose to believe that you're limited, you create a reality where opportunities seem scarce. On the other hand, if you see yourself as limitless, life responds by reflecting this abundance. Now consider the impact of small, everyday choices, choosing to start your day with gratitude instead of complaints, taking a few moments to set clear intentions, or even offering a smile to a stranger. These simple actions create ripples that extend far beyond what you can immediately perceive. Wheeler also suggested that the universe is dynamic and fluid, not fixed and predetermined. This means your current reality is never set in stone. You always have the power to rewrite your story simply by changing what you choose to believe and feel. Every choice you make is a conscious or unconscious decision that gives rise to a new reality. Imagine your life as an unfinished book. You can continue writing based on the previous chapters, but you also have the power to turn the page and start a new story. What would you choose to write today if you knew there were no limits? Yet there is often a barrier on this path: fear. The ego, with its narratives of insecurity and doubt, tries to convince you that it's safer to stay in your comfort zone. After all, what is familiar, even if uncomfortable, feels less risky than the unknown. But what if you saw fear as a signal for growth, as an indicator that you are about to transcend old patterns? Ask yourself, what decisions am I avoiding because I'm afraid to fail? And now, if failure weren't an option, what would I do? These questions aren't just intellectual exercises. They can reveal paths that previously seemed invisible. When you make conscious choices, you're not just shaping your personal experience, you're also influencing the entire universe. Wheeler reminds us that everything is interconnected and that every decision creates ripples that resonate throughout existence. So ask yourself, what kind of universe do you want to create? One founded on limits and fear, or one rich with possibilities and purpose? The choices you make today lay the foundation for the world you'll see tomorrow. You are not just a character in a story, you are the author. Every thought, belief, and action is a word written in your book of life. What will you choose to write next? Imagine waking up and feeling a wave of gratitude. Before your day even begins, a gentle warmth fills your mind, reminding you that you're alive and that opportunities await you. Now compare this to a day when the first emotion you feel is worry or frustration. These two beginnings shape not only your mood, but also the events you encounter throughout the day. This isn't mere coincidence. As John Wheeler suggests, your emotions are among the most powerful tools in the participatory universe. Emotions aren't just fleeting states of mind, they are frequencies, energies that ripple across the fabric of the universe. Imagine them as waves forming on the surface of a calm lake. A powerful emotion, whether positive or negative, creates ripples that affect not only your immediate reality, but also the lives of those around you. Wheeler posits that observation shapes reality. But what guides this observation? Your emotions. They act as amplifiers, intensifying the thoughts you project into the world. A whisper of doubt or love can transform into a resounding cry when carried by a strong emotion. This cry reverberates through the universe, shaping the reflection that returns to you. Consider this example. Imagine facing a challenging situation at work or in your personal life. If your first reaction is anger or despair, the problem may seem to escalate, growing increasingly insurmountable. But if you choose to respond with calmness and curiosity, the dynamic shifts. Solutions begin to emerge, almost as if by magic. This doesn't mean you should ignore or suppress negative emotions. They are vital, serving as signals that draw your attention to areas requiring inner adjustment. When you feel fear, for instance, ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me? What belief or thought is at the root of this feeling? By observing your emotions consciously, you transform them into guides rather than obstacles. On the other hand, what about positive emotions? Gratitude, love, and joy are not merely pleasant feelings. They are powerful keys to accessing higher realities. Gratitude, in particular, has the power to open invisible doors. When you sincerely express thanks, even before seeing results, you send out a frequency that communicates to the universe, "I'm ready to receive more of this." Imagine how your life would change if you mastered your emotions, not by controlling them rigidly, but by harmonizing them like a conductor leading a symphony. How might your relationships, career, and well-being flourish if you started each day with clear intentions and emotions aligned with your goals? Here's an important truth. Your emotions are not just reactions to what happens to you. They are creators. When you act as if you've already achieved what you desire, aligning your emotions with that reality, you adjust your frequency to attract exactly what you want. Try this exercise. Each evening before you go to sleep, visualize a moment from the upcoming day. Picture yourself facing a challenge with confidence or experiencing profound joy. Feel the emotion as if it's already real. By doing this, you drop a pebble into the lake of the universe, creating ripples that will shape your tomorrow. Now ask yourself, what emotions are directing my life right now? Are they helping you create the reality you want? Or are they reinforcing a narrative you wish to transcend? Emotions are not your enemies. They are your allies. Understanding their power means reclaiming control over your life. By mastering their language, you become not just an observer of your reality, but its true creator. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a blank canvas before you. On this canvas, multiple versions of a single story appear, each representing a different possibility. These versions coexist, waiting to be chosen. Now visualize this canvas as your own life. The version you're living right now is just one among infinite possible realities. What would you do if you could choose an entirely new reality? John Wheeler teaches us that the universe is not fixed. It is fluid, malleable, a field of infinite possibilities. Your consciousness, as the observer, is the element that collapses these potentialities into a specific reality. This means that at every moment, you are actively participating in the creation of the version of reality you experience. Think about a simple decision you recently made. Perhaps you changed your usual route, accepted an unexpected invitation, or chose to respond differently to a situation. This decision, however small, opened a new path that didn't exist before. Now, expand this idea to more significant choices, starting a new career, beginning or ending a relationship, or fundamentally shifting how you see yourself. These decisions shape not only your immediate experience, but also the trajectory of your life. Wheeler compares reality to a radio station, where each frequency corresponds to a different reality. Your consciousness acts as the dial. By adjusting your focus through your thoughts, beliefs, or actions, you select the station you're tuned into, or rather, the reality you live in. Now, ask yourself, what frequency am I tuning into? If you believe in limitation and scarcity, you're tuning into a reality where opportunities seem rare. But if you choose to focus on abundance and infinite possibilities, those realities begin to manifest around you as if they've been waiting to be discovered. Imagine the impact of aligning your consciousness with the version of yourself that has already achieved your dreams. This ideal version of you isn't in some distant future. It already exists on a parallel plane of reality. When you connect with it, you start to act, think, and feel like this accomplished version of yourself. This isn't mere positive thinking, it's a principle rooted in physics. Wheeler explains that observation collapses possibilities into tangible reality. Here's a concrete example. Suppose you dream of launching a creative project or changing your career. Instead of focusing on the obstacles, visualize yourself as having already achieved that goal. What would your daily routine look like? What decisions would you make? What emotions would you feel? By integrating these aspects into your current life, you adjust your frequency to align with your desired reality. But what about fears and doubts? They are part of the process. When these emotions arise, they aren't insurmountable barriers but signals, indicators of what isn't yet in harmony with your ideal version. Instead of resisting these feelings, ask yourself, what are they trying to show me? What belief or habit do I need to release to move forward? Wheeler reminds us that the universe is participatory, not punitive. It doesn't judge your choices. It simply reflects what you believe is possible. This means you can always recalibrate your trajectory and rewrite your story at any time. Once again, imagine your life as a book. Every thought, emotion, and action is a word you write on its pages. Will you continue repeating the previous chapters, or will you begin writing a new story, one that aligns more closely with your deepest aspirations? Ask yourself this final question: what version of myself am I ready to embody today? By making this decision, you realize that the reality you desire already exists. All you need to do is welcome it by adjusting your focus and intentions. Imagine standing in front of a mirror. What you see isn't just your physical reflection, but a deeper image, one of your inner state. John Wheeler describes the universe as a cosmic mirror, reflecting your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. The universe isn't an external element, separate from you. It is your reflection, an extension of your consciousness. Think about the moments in your life when everything seemed to align perfectly. Unexpected opportunities, solutions that appear just in time, or meaningful encounters that change your trajectory. These events are not random. They are the mirror of the universe, responding to your inner alignment. Now, reflect on the periods when everything felt difficult, as though the world was conspiring against you. These experiences, frustrating as they may be, are not punishments. They are reflections, signals of inner imbalances requiring your attention. Wheeler challenges us to see the universe not as a distant mechanism, but as an active, intimate participant in our consciousness. He describes reality as a self-exciting circuit, where the act of observation creates what is observed, and what is observed influences the observer in turn. This means that when you look at the world, you are in truth observing a part of yourself. Take a moment to ponder this idea. What is your life showing you right now? If you perceive chaos or limitations, what do they reveal about your beliefs or emotions? If you see beauty and abundance, what is supporting those experiences? The mirror never lies. It precisely reflects what is happening within you. What makes this divine mirror remarkable is that it isn't static. It evolves with you. When you question limiting beliefs and replace them with expansive possibilities, the reflection changes. The universe directly responds to your inner transformation, aligning your reality with your new state of being. Think of a recent situation where you faced a challenge. Perhaps it was a conflict, a tough decision, or a loss. How did you respond? With fear and resistance, or with openness and acceptance? Your response is crucial because it determines not only what you see in the mirror, but also the opportunities or blockages that arise from it. Consider this metaphor. Your life is like a river. When your thoughts and emotions are in harmony, the current flows smoothly. But when doubt or fear takes over, obstacles emerge, slowing the flow. The universe's mirror is always there, reflecting these inner currents and offering you a chance to correct your course. How can you work with this divine mirror? The key is self-observation. Make it a habit to notice your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Ask yourself, what is my life reflecting right now? What patterns are repeating? What story am I telling myself? These questions, far from overwhelming you, illuminate the aspects of yourself that need attention and adjustment. Remember, the universe doesn't judge you. It doesn't decide whether you deserve something or not. It simply reflects your beliefs and intentions, like a mirror showing exactly what you project. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are the brushes with which you paint the canvas of your reality. Visualize your life as a blank canvas once more. What colors will you choose? What masterpiece will you create? Wheeler reminds us that we are never trapped by a single reflection. Every moment is an opportunity to readjust the mirror, to realign it with your deepest essence. You are not just an observer of the universe. You are its creator, and the divine mirror is always ready to reflect your greatness. If you are ready to see it, the universe awaits your next move. What image will you choose to project in this mirror? Once you understand this power, you realize that the reflection you see is nothing more than the expression of your inner light. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Your presence here is already an important step toward a more conscious and fulfilling life. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue receiving transformative content like this. Like this video, share in the comments what resonated with you most, and send it to someone who could also benefit from it. Together we can spread this message and inspire many others.